Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. I'm Louise Collin.
And I'm George Spain.
And we're going to read you some poetry written by your friends and your neighbors.
From a Breath of Wind by Nanette L. Avery. Autumn came in the mail with dew-leased leaves. I picked up each one, and I knew they had been gathered with care. For nary was there a nip or breach, but rather perfectly formed. It was a collage of fall, earthy browns and reds that I had forgotten. There was life in the box, sycamore, sugar maple, an imprint of saplings that once rose upward and into the heavens, and now lie so quietly upon my lap, blissfully.
She and I by Susie Sims, Irvin, from Clouds for the Table. She and I were friends at 4, at 12 and 20, at 60 and more. I knew her freckles with buttermilk on them, and wanted them too, if you must know. She learned to ride on my bicycle and held me up while I learned to skate. She lived on Ellendale and I lived on Honeywood. Judy always waited at the corner for me, and I always waited there for her. She drove me when I was afraid to drive. She knew, but never told. I went when her husband died. She came when my daughters married. Judy and I built stick houses in the mud for our china dolls.
Hound Sense by S.R. Lee. Intent on movement, the man crosses fields, climbs trails upon the hill, frustrating the hound, whose greater awe for God's detail, nose to ground, smells truths ignored in human schemes. Now in a wide, empty field, the man once more takes wind, cold, motion as central facts until he sits with colored pens to render how the short grass pales in cold. His eyes, attentive now, see truth in colored forms. The grass is not a simple shade of beige. The undergreen extrudes pale yellow stubble, shines in foreground rich, a darker shade of green or brown, or both quite intermingle. Pen strokes overlay, seek nuance, multifarious interplay of twig and clod, of hump or wash, minor shades, unexpected slopes, proportions, thrust, which smooth and pale and distant as a blur. Hound waits. His truth is not on paper.
Reprisal by Heather Cadenhead. We weigh the mystery of a name, the sound in our mouths, the way we will say it when she sneaks out after midnight, the way she will write it, age 6, loosely gripping a number 2 pencil, the way a lover will scrawl it into the bark of an elm, the way it will sound when spoken by her first child, unlearned and strange, the way her great-granddaughter will forget it until she is 4 months along, making lists of names, and hears it new and unfamiliar. Her bereft months practice for saying it over and over, the slate wiped clean.
You Are by Louise Colin. You are the warm fire after a walk in the rain. You are the walk in the rain, the cloud clambering over the hills, the water twining softly over rocks, the sunshine following. You are the wind in the chimney, slow in the evening, the querulous calls of sleepy birds. You are the voice in my ear as I sleep, the morning kiss before pancakes, sweet honey on my tongue. You are dark chocolate and red wine.
The First Time by Erin Glass. The Wapiti negotiate winter with a descent into the valley, and I am humbled again by hearing my name in your hands for the first time again, and startled again by the way which my heart found a home in yours, dusting my eyelids with the shrapnel of stars again, blinking the world back to dust again, and in such a manner that when I opened my eyes again, my dream pledged that never again will I ever love anything ever again with the ferocity with which I've loved you.
The Coyotes Den by Michael J. Tucker, originally published and filtered through time. I saw the coyote in the darkness before dawn, running with his prey to a den hidden among abandoned graves where soldiers lay. No one remembers on Memorial Day, nor do they find their way on Veterans Day. How do these men get forgotten when everyone came to pick the cotton? Have things changed in any way? Do the old still send the young away? Do poor men go to war so rich men can keep slaves, gold, oil? What happened to his leg or arm or eye? Was it a token sacrifice? Mother, father, sister, brother, husband, wife, children, wait for what will never return. What idea is gone? What child never born? What story never told? What song never sung? Are the tears falling from heaven God's or Allah's or Buddha's or merely rain? These soldiers went to early graves, believing they died for a worthy cause. Today, these soldiers rest in peace, where a coyote rests after his feast.
The Black Boar by George Spain. Deep in darkness, deeper than shadows, quiet, listening, hearing dreams curve, relax, then catch trite at last on tusks curving, always curving, inward, tighter, rooting time away, his small eyes burn, remembering with fire. Almost the laurel thicket has light forever, a burning bush, almost, but only blackness and dumbness. Grunting, slowly grunting, something that has no meaning over and over, wallowing deeper into the cool mountain of his birth, floating on dreams, his ancient reflection flowing away in darkness, quiet, listening, hearing horns blowing away the forest, black, bristling. Thank you for being with us today.